My minister, my health minister, Rebecca, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Look, I am really, really worried about what is going on in the world at the moment. I have noticed that with these existing countries, they're so hopeless in terms of how they're protecting their citizens. My understanding, I'm sure you've done your research, is that there are well over 150 countries affected by coronavirus at the moment.
Mm.
But the good thing for me is the fact that what gives me great comfort, because I want to protect my people, is
Mm-hmm.
that coronavirus hasn't affected any fictional country at the moment. Certainly, it hasn't arrived at Last Republic. Zamunda is doing well. Nambia is doing well. Tangazola is doing well. So how do we make sure that as health minister, we can get this thing, making sure that it doesn't arrive in Last Republic?
I'd say we've definitely got all our best experts on it, all the best measures up, particularly for Laughter Republic. I would recommend. I'd recommend for such a prestigious place as Laughter Republic. I would recommend to make sure there are gloves aplenty, any types
Yeah,
of gloves.
yeah.
Um, Make sure you get the condoms in.
Okay.
Gather the condoms, as many as you can on your fingers to
Yeah.
protect yourself.
Okay.
And
Why,
I would,
why, why condoms? My understanding is that it's not through sex that you get coronavirus. It's the impression I have from Boris Johnson when I spoke to him, bless him, he's now got corona, is that there are three mild symptoms. There's the cough, there's the dry cough, there's the what are the other two now? Dry cough. I can't remember. You should know as my health minister.
Mhm.
You should know what the
Of course,
what the other symptoms are.
there is dry cough. There there is there's there's dry cough. There's
You're telling me as my health minister, you don't know what the other mild symptoms are.
I am aware of those. If you could just please let me continue my answer for the Laughter Republic, and I'll get back to you. I appreciate your question. It's a very strong question. I will get back to you. You have the cough.
Rebecca, Rebecca, you are supposed to be my health minister. You should have the answers ready. And you don't have the answers for this.
I have the answers for you. Let me ask you a question. Are your curtains protected against the virus?
My curtains are protected against the virus.
Hmm.
But I am more worried about how the virus has spread amongst so many existing countries right
Hmm.
now. And like I said, it has not affected any fictional country. I have given you lots of money in terms of
Hmm.
research. Right? You can't accuse me of siphoning funds. I want to protect my people. And I don't get the impression, Rebecca,
Hmm.
that you are in grasp of what we are talking about. Because you have suggested that we buy more condoms to
Hmm.
help protect citizens. But my understanding
Hmm.
is that there is no need for condoms.
I think there's a great need for condoms, as long as the condoms are of an efficient distance from each other, and in the situation we can't find condoms, that we practice social distancing in the form of being celibate. We're staying in.
Okay, I get that. But do you honestly think, because you honestly think that this might even be a great opportunity if the virus came into Laughter Republic?
Hmm.
Do you think this is not a great opportunity to get rid of people who are opposing my presidency? Is there any way we can inject people with the virus as soon as it arrives? Because as you know, there are a number of people who are trying to get rid of me. And there have been so many coups
Hmm.
over the last couple of years.
Um, I know at the moment we are trying something experimental, and if you want to inject them, um, maybe we could do something we particularly in the Laughter Republic, we found certain levels of what I would think of as the disco fever.
Okay.
Hidden,
Okay.
I think that's the second symptom. We're still working around it, but if we want to get your citizens full of the disco fever and the laughter republic, I'm sure I could get my team onto that for you.
How quickly can you deliver this? Because I fear that with what I am hearing from Boris, can you imagine Boris? That means that if so, Boris has been affected. The European negotiator for Brexit has been infected. Justin Trudeau, his wife, Prince Charles, and the Scottish Secretary. So it looks like the coronavirus doesn't care. I genuinely think it's attacking world leaders. Do you honestly think that this could affect me too if it came into our country?
Or attack you?
Yes. Could I be infected with corona?
I mean that's hard. That's hard to say. Do you think you have strong enough military to head it face on?
Well, I think I'm just worrying unnecessarily. But I have to say to you that if I could survive Ebola, I'm sure I could survive coronavirus. But
Were
yeah,
there coups for that?
I need you to develop the disco fever vaccine, so that if it comes into our country, all these people who have been opposing my presidency, who have been trying to, including those at E4 and BBC Studios, it'd be good for us. I need a target for when you could deadline for when you can develop this disco fever.
I understand that. Are
Okay,
those your
Rebecca,
main groups?
I'm going to give you some time. When can you come back to me and we can reconvene this meeting? Perhaps maybe tomorrow. When do you think you can come back and we can have a chat properly? I need a deadline for when the disco fever can be produced to get rid of people who have been opposing my presidency. I also need to understand the funds I gave you to help with this protection of the citizens. What is your understanding? Do you honestly believe that we could be infected by coronavirus as a country?
Where's the Laughter Republic?
Yes.
I'd say that there's a very high chance, yes.
Very high chance. You have to find a way of stopping it. As much as I want to get rid of people who have opposed my presidency, we have to find a way of stopping it from getting into this country. And that is your task as health minister. You have to find a way of making sure the coronavirus does not come into Laughter Republic.
We'll put our best scientists on it.
Yeah, okay, yes. And you've got to make sure that the condoms that you get has to be of different sizes.
Definitely. I mean, I'd say as long as we have enough antiseptic, we should be able to protect everyone's appendages at least.
Okay. So if we reconvene this meeting tomorrow, because I need to now speak to Donald Trump, who is in a state of panic at the moment, and just to have a chat with him. And please continue to do your research. I think what would be more successful for us as a nation is if we could ensure that we don't have any coronavirus.
I fully get your feeling. We must protect the Laughter Republic.
Yeah, and its citizens.
And its citizens.
Yeah, and if it ever comes into this country, then I should be the first person to get tested.
Yes. The great President Obonjo will be first tested.
Okay, so let me leave you, Rebecca. This is a very short cabinet meeting, but tomorrow we shall talk about what you're doing to try and make sure it doesn't happen in Laughter Republic, how you're getting on with the condoms, and how are you getting on with the disco fever, the disco fever thing. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
And you take care of yourself. How's your dog? Hope your dog is okay.
My dog is fine. He's fighting strong, and he's greatly in support of the great President Obonjo.
Okay. I'd
He's
love
been
to see
making
the dog tomorrow.
sure to watch your state broadcasts.
Okay, but let's make sure that we get the dog, we get the dog going tomorrow. Well, thank you so much, and have a good night rest, and catch up with you tomorrow.
Catch up to you too, great President Obonjo.
Thank you, Health Minister.